What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, GDC has kicked off. I just looked at the Xbox Wire page, and it was just some rhetoric about next gen Xbox. They're doing a new Xbox app. I think it's called Xbox Player or something on PC. So basically, it turns every PC into like the Xbox ROG Ally, kind of how you can switch from PC mode to Xbox mode, blah blah blah. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool, because it was different on PC. PC was just an Xbox app and you press it and then it's still in Windows, but this is different. So I'm like, okay, we'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna really. I'm really waiting for the talks from Jason Ronald and such and Asha. I did again, Asha, the powerful Asha. I want to see what they have to say. I want to see about the technology and all these things, and I want to see if they have any more details about the new Xbox console. Looking at you, Jeff Keighley, you bastard. So I'm gonna wait. It's all that stuff is kind of out there, but I was listening to a clip of Sigs and Serial. Obviously, he's the man. Best. I don't know, most MVP rookie season. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know how long he's been around, but he just popped up into my radar. Last 6 months, a year ago, whatever. And he's killing it. He's putting these ponies and Donkey Unicorns to the task. So it's all good. But he was listening to Porter Rock on whatever show, Crossfire, whatever they're on, with Mooch and I think Nib and the other British dude that's always arguing with them because he's a PC dude and everybody else are just idiots. And Porter Rock went on to talk about how the exclusives on consoles create a culture. I don't know if he knows what culture means, but how he was talking about it was, I was like, no, I'm sorry, my guy. It was Alex that was talking about it. And Alex said, the culture on PC is, this is what I forgot what his name was, the British dude that's on there. He's the same one who slapped I think it was what's his name, through the internet. I did a video on him. He slapped Volcanoing him, King Thrash. Anyway, he said the culture of PC. Well, this is what Alex said. The culture of PC is basically freedom to basically do what you want. Freedom of gaming, freedom of choice of where to buy your games, how to play them, what mods, just freedom. And that's the culture. And that's fundamentally, when you go look at the foundation, yeah, that's part of the culture of PC. And then he went out to say, and the culture of console is being in the walled garden, having the prices kind of dictated to you, having no choice, da da da. And I was like, yeah, pretty much, that's it. And Porter Rock's trying to defend, trying to say that he tried to twist, he tried to move the goalposts. And then he went from like that dude said that, and then Porter Rock's like, but you got no exclusives. It's like, we're not talking about exclusives, we're talking about culture, right? I mean, that's not what he said, but this is what I'm saying. We're talking about culture. And he just explained to you what culture is. The freedom to buy what you want, play where you want, play how you want, adjust the settings, all these things. Super freedom is awesome, right? And then he hit him with the walled garden and all that stuff, and you got to pay what you got to pay because you're in the walled garden and you got no choice. And then he flipped it on him and said, hey, you ain't got no exclusive, so there's no culture there. I'm like, huh? What did I miss? Because I don't understand how not having exclusives negates how does that equate to culture? That doesn't make any sense. Like he tried. I forgot what his examples were so bad that I just didn't remember them, because I'm like I can't afford to commit that to memory, because it's not real information. It's bad. Let's not remember that. And so the thing is like, if I tell you, this is what he kind of said. He's like, if I tell you that I'm gonna play Zelda, and I'm gonna play Metroid, and I'm gonna play Mario, what console do I have? How am I gonna play that? It's like, those are exclusives, for Nintendo. It's like, Nintendo. And it's like, well, what's your point? How is that culture? They're just games, right? And the fact that you could probably play, no, not probably, you can play all those games on a PC. So, and you can play them legally. You just have to know how to do it. If you have the games, the original games, there's a way that you could rip the ROMs off of cartridges, off of discs, and have an ISO and a ROM, and play them on emulators, which are not illegal. So, anyway, it really is just about these donkey unicorns and these ponies they're kind of trying to shift the narrative to make it so that exclusives are culture, or exclusives are super important, and the only reason why exclusives kind of exist and exclusives are important to the company, not to us, to the company, is that it promotes their platform. You can only get it here, right? And so it's like, oh, I guess I got to go get some Apple TV so I can watch F1, or I can buy the Blu-ray. But I don't want to buy the Blu-ray. I want to stream it. I guess I got to get Apple TV, right? That's an example. Does that equate to culture? No, it's just one thing that is exclusive that will force you to try to get, go subscribe to Apple TV. But that's not culture. That's a business move to try to get you to buy that product. That's what that is. That's a different type of culture in the business sense, but it's not a gaming culture. It doesn't equate, or it doesn't have anything to do with us gamers. We're just the pawns with the money, and they want our money. And so they'll do anything they can to get our money. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with culture. Culture is about the ecosystem. It's about how you react, how you play these games, how you interact is the word I was looking for. How you interact with these games. And whether it's a cool controller, that's subjective. Whether it's, to be honest, the actual look of the actual box is not the most important thing, but it's always good to have a box that you can put out and showcase and say, yo, that looks good. I like to look at it. Let's go. Instead of, I need to hide this behind some cabinets, some smoke windows of doors, cabinets, because I don't want nobody to see this ugly ass piece of big old thing. PlayStation. So, culturally speaking, it is the ecosystem. It is quick resume. It is smart delivery. It is play anywhere. These things are part of the culture of how we play our games. Not, oh, I have an exclusive that you can't play. That's kind of like the opposite of that's like gatekeeping. If you want to include gatekeeping as part of your culture, sure, that's not a positive, but that's not a W. That's an L. That's a negative. That's, there's a bunch of gatekeeping. I'm not even going to go there. We're going to stop. But yeah, so I did not understand. That whole conversation was brain turning, because I'm like, how is he sitting here talking about culture, and then he goes directly to exclusives, and then I forgot what homeboy said, something killer, I forgot his name, And he said, da, 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 and then Puerto Rico said, that's not culture. And it was exactly culture. It was exactly what he's talking about. I was like, yo, the freedom and all this stuff. And I'm like, how is this a grown-ass man who doesn't understand words, who doesn't understand the actual meaning of culture? I mean, I guess having exclusive games is a culture. Having exclusive games, gatekeeping from other people, stopping other people from having the ability to play your games is a culture. Taking your ball and going home is a culture, basically. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And, once again, GDC's popping off, all this stuff is happening, all this information. Pay attention to what these donkey unicorns and ponies are saying, because they're going to try to move the goalposts. Right now, they're not making any sense. They're running around with their heads cut off because they can't win. There are no W's right now. The only W they can say is, we going to get all your games. And I'm like, okay, you're going to buy Xbox games on PlayStation because you can't play Game Pass on your PlayStation. So you're going to buy the games, and they're going to go into the pockets of Microsoft, and you're supporting Xbox by buying the Xbox games on PlayStation. I mean, and they don't see that. It's like they think it's a win, and I mean, it's not really. And it all goes back to that kind of exclusivity type of thing. And like I said in the last video, I don't like exclusivity, but I see why Microsoft may have to go back to it, because they have to, rules of engagement. Like I said last video, they have to adhere to the rules of engagement in order to fight off what PlayStation has been doing for years. Not Nintendo so much, but PlayStation. Specifically them. And I don't know if Asha is against it. Like I said, timed exclusivity on those single player joints. Let's go. You give them a year, maybe 2. Who cares? Maybe that'll be long enough. Like where they get that FOMO, they're like, man, gotta get these games. Like if Forza is a timed exclusive. It's already been known. How long is that gonna be? Is it gonna be 3 months, 6 months, a year? Let it be a year. Let's see what happens. Once again, Asha, the powerful Asha is in kind of an absorbing mode. She's watching, she's looking, she's feeling out the environment. She's like, all right, lay of the land and all that. Like, okay, what's your job? What do you do? Okay, what's going on here? Okay, wait, how much did that sell? All right, well. All right, was that that was our projections? What was the projections? What did it sell? You know what I'm saying? All these different questions. And then she could say, all right, well, that was a bad idea. Not going to do that no more. Zip, zip, zip. You know what I'm saying? You did a good job. Keep it moving. Let's go. That's what we need. Not like, once again, Phil was great. Phil did many things to save Xbox. But it's a new day. And we need some fresh new blood up in here to smack these donkey unicorns and these ponies through the internet, We don't have time to be nice. We can't be nice to PlayStation. We can't be nice to people who are lacking and they macking on our teams. Cordial, yes. Respectful, of course. But nice, I mean, yes, there's different instances where you need to be nice, Laura Fry had an instance like that. I'm not gonna go into what she said, but if you want to, you can look up her video. I know you might be like, if you're an Xbot, you might be like avoiding what she got to say, but if you watch that latest video she did about Phil Spencer, watch it, you'll understand. You'll be like, okay, all right. She's not totally against Xbox. She's more against Microsoft Windows specifically, but. I think one of the things that I am actually getting from what's happening right now is that the language has changed, where Windows used to be like a separate thing, right? And they used to be the more powerful entity, right? But now Xbox, I think, is more powerful. It's in the zeitgeist more than Windows. Windows is a necessary evil, if you will, for many people. And a lot of people don't like Windows. And so when you look at the two, you're like, more people like Xbox than they do Windows. I don't have... A lot of people who don't mind Windows, like I don't mind Windows because I'm not really doing a lot of like crazy infrastructure or whatever. I'm not like in it like that, you know? And I'm not paranoid as far as, oh my gosh, they're spying on me. Everybody's spying on me. They're probably watching this video right now. Who cares? But when you look at the kind of the public-facing view of Xbox versus Windows, more people hate Windows than Xbox. And so I think that, plus the fact that Xbox is bringing in more money than Windows at times, also helped their position within the company. And so now the language is such that they are saying that they're trying to bring the gamer experience and all these things to Windows. They're changing Windows to be more like the Xbox experience. And it's not like, oh, it's an overlay or it's a dual boot or whatever. I don't actually know how they're going to do it. Dual boot actually might be the best way to do it, but we'll see. Maybe they'll have an option to do either or. Who knows? But the fact that Xbox has a bigger, more important stake within the Xbox/Windows ecosystem when it comes to these machines, when it comes to the console, when it comes to PC, when it comes to handheld, is telling. And it shows and it illustrates the power that Xbox has gained and the humbling of the Windows side, the Windows teams, I would say. And I think they realize that, oh, well, yes, Windows is important when it comes to enterprise and all these things, yes. But that's not the goal of Microsoft right now is to expand, and that's to expand in the consumer market, the consumer product market, meaning hardware. They have hardware, they have, laptops and all that stuff, but it's not that big. Xbox is bigger as far as the consumer facing product. And so them pushing that and them doubling down on Xbox and them doing all the things that they need to do to solidify or bring back that feeling that Xbox is serious, which they are. But once again, the narratives of all these donkey unicorns and ponies and everybody and their mama who has been parroting it, because the fact that these donkey unicorns and ponies have been saying it for so long, casual vanilla people, vanilla dudes like Luke Stevens or whatever, they parrot the misinformation. And it's just like, oh, since Microsoft is not competing anymore, they're not making consoles anymore, and they say it so quickly like it's matter of fact. But I'm looking over at GDC and I'm like, look at all these consoles that they made. They about to make another one. They showed you a sneak peek of the XDC, of the X developer kit. Yeah, the XDC. Is it XDC or is it GDC? Not GDC. Can't be GDK. Excuse me. XDK. Dumb. Yes, I am. So yeah, there's all kind of things that's happening. So once again, if my hunch is correct, where they're going to just have one SKU and create an Xbox console with the ability to play the PC code. There you go. Maybe it's an emulation layer, or like how Proton does it on Windows for the Steam Deck, or maybe it's a compilation thing, a compiling thing, what they do with the backwards compatibility. They already have that stuff working on PC for Xbox 360 games, and I'm sure they can do that for the rest of them. So, and a lot of people, last thing, a lot of people I've seen, they've been talking about, oh, it's a PC, it's not a console. Look, they say it's a console, it's a console. It's a console that can play PC games as well, which makes it a super console. It makes it better than your console that can't play PC games. You see what I'm saying? It's so stupid. It's like, yo, you want this car right here? It's got some doors and it's got windows and stuff, but nothing's electric. It don't even have a radio, no sunroof, no nothing. You know, it runs. Or you want this car fully loaded. Got nice rims on it, got a sunroof, got the best stereo on it ever. Everything's automatic. It drives itself. Which car you want? You want that crappy piece of crap that only does one thing, drive? Or you want the car that does all the things? I'm taking that one. I'm taking the all the thing car. And people, once again, this is a console war attitude. It's a console war mental state where they have to defend PlayStation, right? Even though they are going to be less powerful, an inferior machine with inferior features and inferior ability to play less games. All negatives, by the way. The only positive is that it will be more powerful than their current machine. That's the only positive. Everything else is negative when you compare it to the competition, which they don't want. Because imagine this, if the Xbox Helix did not exist, then PlayStation would have the de facto most powerful console. But since they have competition, well, yeah, they're not going to be the most powerful. It's the fact that the next generation hasn't started yet, right? And they are already less powerful. The zeitgeist, the word on the street is that PlayStation will have the less powerful console. This is where I appreciate when these journalists get a little factoid and they keep saying it, and they keep saying it, and they keep saying it. But at the same time, they keep saying it. Oh, it's going to be more expensive. They keep saying it. Oh, it's going to be $1,000. They keep saying it. They keep saying it. The only thing that will destroy that narrative is that if it comes up at $899, let's go. Then it's not as bad as we thought. Let's go. And I think it all kind of revolves around whatever Valve and the Steam machine is going to cost. I mean, I think that's going to, even though it's not as powerful as the Series E Helix, Xbox Series Helix, Series H, the Xbox Helix. But we'll see. As far as King saying it's $1,500, blah blah blah. But when you, like I said, like last video, when you put it down on the table and you say, okay, what's it got? It's got 48 gigs of RAM. That's a lot of RAM. What else it got? Oh, it's about graphics, about a 5080. It's like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. And like I said, as far as the storage goes, it doesn't matter. As long as you can put in your own storage, just make it an M.2, okay? Don't be foolish. Just make an M.2 slot. Let us put in whatever. Then we're good to go. I think that's the one thing that the PlayStation 5 did correctly was the M.2 slot. But that whole argument that it's a console and it's not a PC, M.2 is not a console thing. Consoles is like cartridges, okay, CD, okay, DVD, okay, Blu-ray, right? And you had some goofy little... PlayStation 3 had all kind of slots and stuff. You could put SD cards and USB and all kind of stuff. All things that are PC. So I don't want to hear people talk about, oh, that's not a console, that's a PC. Yeah, PS3 was a freaking PC. Remember folding at home? That's not a console thing. That's PC. That's a PC thing. Remember other OS? What are OSs? Oh, those are operating systems. What are those on? PCs. So what are we talking about, man? They got amnesia. They don't remember these things. But I'm here to remind them, all of them, all the time. Ask me. Anyway, I appreciate. Let me know in the comments below what you think about what's going on right now, GDC. There's not a lot, but we'll see. I have to look over the videos and stuff. We'll get that in future videos. We'll get to the minutia and stuff. And also since these Dunk Unicorns and Ponies, the whole Porter Rock thing. Oh gosh, go watch Alex's video. You'll see what I'm saying. This is ridiculous, but I appreciate. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Till to wait.